Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, depending on when you're watching this. As you know, it is the beginning of August. It's the top of the month, so that means new things at the Lego store, including but not limited to One Piece, as well as some awesome sets coming out for Halloween. And as you saw, a new Quinjet and even some new Animal Crossing stuff. Hey, but I don't have to be a mind reader to know why you're here. Welcome back to Build with Travis. And here is what I found in the Build a Minifigure section at the Lego store in Franklin, Tennessee. You may be thinking a lot of this stuff looks familiar, and that's because it is. You're going to find stuff from the last few months, including Dreams pieces. You're going to still be able to find those new summer pieces that came out in July with the surfboard and the surfer and the really cool hair, I believe, from the Wicked sets that I talked about last month. You still got the cello in there. A lot of really cool pieces, and you'll probably even find some older pieces than what I just mentioned, some pieces on back earlier into the summer. And you might even find, depending on the store, pieces back from the spring and even earlier in 2025. I did happen to run into some pieces from earlier this year, like some of the ones from February that kind of had that Valentine's Day theme. The face in there that is blushing, I found, which is honestly a really cool face. But if you are looking for some of those pieces from earlier in the year, you could probably find some of those. And like I've said in other videos, don't be afraid to ask the employees at the store. Sometimes they've got some different pieces in the back, but usually they're always pretty helpful and willing to help you look for something. If they know they've got it, they'll help you find it, and you'll have the pieces that you're looking for. There are a lot of cool torsos and legs, but there's also a lot of cool accessories, especially if you're looking for like the little blob or the parrot. A lot of cool stuff in there. I don't know how many blue tails you might need from the Dream series, but there were a lot of blue tails in there. There's the peach from last month for the summer pieces that came out. But as I have been looking around online, some exciting things have caught my eye, even though there's nothing new this month. Coming up in possibly September or into October, we've got some cool looking Halloween things that are coming out. If these, of course, prove to be true, we've got a witch that is a variation of the hat and hair from the Dungeons and Dragons minifigure that came out in the collectible minifigure line not too long ago, as well as a black cat and a mummy. But the really cool one that, if this is true, I'm excited about is this ghost. That ghost is really cool, and they've used like the splatter, the egg piece there to make like a ghost looking face or maybe a ghost. Just some really cool parts. These have just been floating around on the internet. I don't know where these originated from, but I found them, and if this is the case, we're going to have some really cool pieces that are coming out for Halloween. I love that they have reused Tasha's hair from the Dungeons and Dragons collectible minifigures. I just love that piece and that hair. The mummy is really cool. Who, you know, who doesn't need more black cats and ghosts? You can always use more of those. Thank you for tuning in. If you found this video to be helpful, please consider liking, subscribing, and commenting. Until next time, keep building.